It looks like Daniel said he can't make it due to a personal issue. I've never been to one of these meetings, so I don't know if somebody wants to help run it. He did mention a couple things he wanted to discuss in the community Slack.
Hi, this is Nick. So I actually missed the last one, but there were a few issues in progress. I think it's more than what he mentioned, but maybe those are the main ones that he wanted to check in on. So I personally don't have an update for them, but I could check to see who was taking point on those individually. It should be in the committee repo. One of the names I was looking for was Peter, whose handle is PCN. I think that he was looking at least one of them, just from memory. I don't looks like he hasn't joined yet. But I'll check on that and then loop back in a couple moments.
Well, thanks. Are you referring to the one where he says, can we review what we found from categorizing the cloud drivers?
Yeah, I don't actually remember which ones were for which person.
No worries.
There should be. I know. I'm sure there's information in the repo though.
Okay. Okay. Another thing you wanted to talk about is what is the update on getting access to the testing results? Tyler, I think you've been working on that. If you want to give an update.
Yep, me and Bryce are still working on it. It's going to be, we want it to be as simple as just enabling the cloud tests, because the cloud tests are disabled right now because credentials and other things might be logged, and we're just making sure that everything is secure before we open up the cloud tests to everyone.
Cool. Yeah.
That's
just have to review the logs. Yeah. I can also add some details to that where a lot of our focus too right now is a lot of the cloud tests are flaky, in the sense that sometimes they return that they're failing, and sometimes they pass. So we're diving into there and trying to figure out why that is the case. And then Daniel also says, can we check which cloud drivers have 0 tests? Did somebody have that task assigned? Because I don't think that would be too difficult to find out. Or was that something you were tasked with, Tyler?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I think that's probably something our team will have to take on until the cloud tests are public. Because they can't, well, they can see what cloud drivers have tests, but we are not necessarily running all of them, because maybe we don't have access to a certain cloud, things like that. So I can work with you to compile that information.
Yeah, I think right now the ones that I know of off the top of my head are OpenStack and VirtualBox aren't running.
Okay, yeah.
But it's more of a dependencies issue than they don't have tests written.
Yeah, I think we definitely want to get the OpenStack ones running, because I'm pretty sure those were running before. And I think when we migrated to Knox, we just didn't include the shade driver in the requirements files. Yeah. So I think we definitely want to get that one going. And what was the other one you said?
I think it's VirtualBox, but I'll check.
Okay. I'm just checking comments here. Sorry, I just came to this meeting thinking I was going to listen in. If anybody has anything to talk about, please speak up.
Yeah, so the comment that I posted is from the meeting notes for the last meeting. So it didn't hold the formatting too well, but if you see the lines that are all the way to the left is the task, and then the slight indentation is the people that are assigned to work on it. So based on the priorities that Dan laid out, we already talked about getting access to the test results. One of the things he said in here, so there are basically three things, so that we could say that's the first one. The second one was to see which cloud drivers had 0 tests. That wasn't actually in the task list from last week, so that we could treat that as a new item. And I'm willing to take that. I missed last week, so I have a little bit of catching up to do in terms of helping out.
The checking which cloud drivers have tests.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you want to do that, yeah, you'll have to work with one of us since the test results aren't public, because although you can look in the repo and see what tests we have, we're not necessarily running all of them. Like maybe a driver's missing or we don't have access to it. So I am on the community Slack, just shell ch3ll if you want to ping me when you have time to work on it, and we can tackle that together. I can share that information with you.
Okay, yeah, I'll add a note in the chat for the meeting, just to kind of like, like annotate that I'm willing to do that. And then normally PCN Peter takes notes, so I'm realizing that well, somebody will need to do that. So I'll try to put that together afterwards from the chat. So
okay,
if any important points, we'll please add them to the chat. It'll make it easier to create the meeting notes.
Okay. Great. Okay, so I'm looking at this. Spend 5 hours triaging, categorizing open cloud issues. I think that the name Daniel was below that. Is that correct? So he was supposed to do that? Okay. So we're not sure if that was done. But other than that, I think we've kind of went over everything in here. Okay, yeah, does anybody else have anything else to speak to?
Well, for the first one he asked about categorizing, there might not be an update on that, but I just wanted to restate it in case, just in case there was some loose information that could be put together. For that, basically, the request was to look at all the cloud drivers that are out there and try to create a standard based on a combination of what already exists and what we feel should exist, as a way to basically create a checklist that we could use for guidance for people writing cloud drivers, but also as a kind of a target to try to bring the existing ones up to. So I didn't work on that, but are Max, Swami, Michael, or Adam on the call? And if so, are there any updates about that? It would be understandable if there weren't. That's a pretty big task. I don't even know if that was really meant to be done in one cycle. But just wanted to open the floor in case there was anything to note about it.
I have one thing, and it seems like there isn't any details on that. Is anybody an Azure Pro by chance here?
I'm not.
All right. I'm just asking because I'm diving into the test there. So I know one individual on Slack that I can ping, but wanted to bounce some ideas off anybody here. Alrighty. Does anybody have anything else? If not, I guess we can end the meeting.
Nothing else. Just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for stepping up.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured I could talk and read off the questions. So, alrighty. Well, thanks to everybody for joining. Hopefully, Daniel can attend the next one and be a bit more organized. So yeah, thanks. I guess we'll.
Before you call it, yeah, for the people working on that that first task, the document functions in all cloud drivers grouped by usage. Are you all documenting, like collecting your work anywhere for other people who want to track progress? Or I ask because I'm interested in contributing. I don't know if I have time to contribute, but I would like to if I'm able to. And I'm interested to see where it is.
Hi Nick, so it is like this is Swami. So
Thanks, Swami.
yeah, we just documented that, and so apart from that, I haven't. I don't know any other updates, right?
Okay. Is the documentation in like a publicly accessible place?
Yeah, it is. When you look at the Slack, you can actually get the Google Docs link. I'm just sending you right away.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So it is view only, and the edit access, I think it is with I'm not remembering the name, and he is actually a captain, so we have to get it from the captain for the edit. But you can actually view.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So I think the documentation we have completed 100%. So we are just waiting for the next step. So from the Slack, I understand that it is like they are working on some, access on the test environment or something. Azure ARM.
Could you say that again? Their access to what?
Yeah. So I see from the Slack, it is like we should move testing Azure ARM. I mean, there was some discussion over Slack. You can actually have a look at it.
Okay, you're saying that's in the back scroll on Slack?
So on the Slack, it is on the cloud. I mean, Ash Cloud.
Right.
I think you are also part of that. So I see your chats and all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying it was already discussed in that channel?
Yeah, there was some discussion. After a long time, I'm just seeing this discussion. So the last month, we had a similar working group discussion, and over the next 1 hour, we have completed the task. I mean the documentation, and after that, we didn't get any updates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Tommy.
Thank you.
Sorry for interrupting, Megan.
Oh no, you're good. This is your guys' forum, so. Yeah. Is there anything else?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for letting me join. We'll talk to you guys next time, I guess.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.
All right. We'll see you.
Bye, everybody.